shake for 3 minutes apparently. I don't think I've ever done anything for 3 minutes. May have overdone the washing up liquid. Yeah, I don't see the point in shaking it anymore because it's just total foam. So I'll get on to the next test. So this is gypsum, calcium sulphate. Okay, so the first test is supposedly a test of how much sand, how much silt and how much clay I've got in my soil. Now I should have done this 2 years ago when I took over the plot, and then the other reason this is fairly pointless is that we already know this is clay, but how much clay and what's the rest of it. So the sand's supposed to settle at its heaviest after 1 minute, and then the silt is supposed to settle after 3 minutes or so, and the clay's like 1 or 2 days apparently. And the washing up liquid was put in there to help split up all the different elements. So we can see a clear layer there, and it might be in my imagination, but there could be a layer there as well, but that could just be the an effect of the light. Right. Second and third tests are supposed to be a test of whether there's any point in adding gypsum to my soil to loosen it. Because apparently if your clay soil is low in sodium, then it's rather pointless, because what the calcium does in the calcium sulphate is substitute itself for the sodium. I've only seen 2 videos on YouTube, which I haven't actually seen for a few days, because I need to re-watch them because they confused me a bit. But they were both Australian, which I don't know whether that just means that it's only Australia that's not sure whether its gypsum is high in sodium or not, and the rest of the world already knows whether it's whether gypsum is useful or not, or whether it's something wrong with the YouTube algorithm, because I look for it and they're the only 2 I can find. When I found both were a little bit confusing. So I think the first lady, what she was saying was that if the water stays cloudy, then you can benefit from sodium. The thing is, she confused me, because when she put her supposedly clay soil in the jar, it all looked fairly loose to me and not like clay soil at all. So to try and work things out in my own head, I've done exactly the same test, but with the gypsum added as well, because I've already bought the gypsum, 25 kilograms. Because what it was to do with the Great Onion Growing Challenge. So Rob was mentioning CalMag. So I've never come across CalMag, but mag is obviously magnesium and cal is obviously calcium. So I was thinking, well, I can get my own magnesium from magnesium sulphate, which is Epsom salts, and then calcium from calcium sulphate, which is gypsum. And then I'm also thinking of doing ammonium sulphate as well as a general fertiliser. So if I do all 3 of those, magnesium sulphate, calcium sulphate and ammonium sulphate, given that sulphur is supposed to be the thing which gives alliums their strong taste, I should end up with some fairly strong onions. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I don't actually have anything else to do on my allotment plot. It's because I've only got, like, the normal allotment plot is 10 square perch, and a half plot is about 5 square perch, and mine's only 3.7. So I must have one of the smallest allotment plots in the country, unless there's some parts of the country have started doing quarter plots or third plots. So everything's done here. It's either been dug or it's been covered so deep in wood chips that it's hiding the fact that it hasn't been dug. And most of it's all been sown. Not much of it is actually growing successfully, but we'll blame that more on the winter and my timing. So a lot of this will end up having to get re-sown at some stage. So the first test, it doesn't look like it's going to be doing anything else soon. we'll come back tomorrow and look at the other two tests once once I've rewatched the videos and looked for some more. Okay, I'll be planting my onions tomorrow, by the way, in this hugelkultur mound here, which you probably can't actually see very well from where I positioned the camera. Okay, so that's it. I'll store my gypsum over there in Jonathan's, I call it a broom cupboard,